of Frederick Bingham Howden Jr., who we recognized on our Historic Fairview Cemetery Memorial Day tour as a veteran of the World War II and the Bataan Death March. But he has an even more interesting story that Tammy Holmes will tell us. So welcome to this part of Historic Fairview Cemetery. Very pleased to have with us today Tammy Holmes, renowned psychic. When I first talked to Tammy about, she came to Albuquerque on a trip, and I said, please come to the cemetery and see what you feel. And you actually picked up on Frederick.
I did.
Before you even got here.
Yes, I was driving yesterday, and I was just crossed the border from Arizona to New Mexico, and I asked in my head, is there anything I need to know about the cemetery before I go tomorrow? And Frederick came in. He told me his name was Frederick, and he is actually by the gate, which blows me away, because he said he's the gatekeeper and he's the protector of the cemetery. Him and another three guys, one's named Howard somewhere, and he takes care of everything. He makes sure that there's no shenanigans or any foul play or any mischief going on in the cemetery. So he is the gatekeeper and the protector of the cemetery for all the other entities and the spirits that roam here through the day and the night. And he was the first person to come to me, and I'm so blown away because here he is right by the gate. And he said that he really enjoys this service because it's part of what his calling is, and he's a minister.
Exactly, and I did not know his story until we just did here a Memorial Day tour, and the advance PR for it caused a woman with the Bataan Foundation to get in touch with me and tell me his story. He actually was a chaplain and didn't have to go to World War II, but he wound up in the Philippines and on the Bataan Death March, and he actually died in a penal colony because he was giving his rations to his fellow soldiers and ministering to them. And he was buried in the Philippines, and then after the war his body was transferred back here to the Howden family plot, and here he is.
And that makes sense to me why he is now the caretaker of this cemetery. He feels it's his duty. He's a giver of heart, a giver, but he's very protective of the grounds and where he's coming from. But he has a sense, just like with taking care of the people who are needy, that he wants to take care of the souls that are still roaming the cemeteries. So it's pretty amazing, and I really get that vibe that this cemetery is completely different from the one across from it. That they are totally like a straight line of energy where they don't interact with each other.
It's fascinating.
It's very fascinating. So he's really happy that we're talking about him, that he's being recognized for what he's doing. And so you want to put that on your tour and to let people know that he is the gatekeeper of this. And you know what I just got symbolically would be kind of cool? Is if you can get a key and engrave some kind of key, because he's the key master and the gatekeeper.
It's incredible because there's only one other family plot to the north, and the next thing is the gates.
It's wonderful, and to know that actually happens, and he has no regret of his passing, because he said he would do it. He couldn't live with himself if he didn't have other people.
He was an incredible man of service.
Of service, totally, and a minister too.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty amazing.
Frederick Bingham Howden Jr., thank you.
Thank you. We give honor to you and recognition for your service. And not just this lifetime, but